Hello, everyone. I'm going to show you how to use MAXQDA to analyze your focus group data. Right. So my name is Philippe Abdu. I am a methodology expert at the Center for Research Method Consulting. If you have any questions about how to analyze your qualitative data or do a qualitative research, we can have one-on-one consultation so that I'll be able to address any questions that you have. Today, I'm going to show you how to analyze your qualitative data. This time, it will be focus group, right? So I'm going to show you how to prepare your data for the analysis, and then we'll go to MaxQDA and I'm going to show you how to set up the demographic variables. And I'm going to show you how to create containers for the research questions and then start the coding process. Lastly, I'm going to talk about visualizing your insight or visualizing your findings. And we're going to go through about 8 ways of visualizing that. You don't have to learn all of them. You just have to choose the one that you think is useful for your study. I just want to give you the possibilities, right? And if you have any question, you can put it in the comment section and I'll be happy to address them for you. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So let's start the process. So I'm going to give you a little bit information about the data that we're going to use. I've used this data before. My first video about MaxQDA, this is the data that I use, right? So this data is about responsible innovation. So the focus is finding out how they conceptualize and apply the principles of responsible innovation. We have 2 focus groups, right? 5 participants for the first group focus group and 5 participants for the second focus group, right? So in terms of data preparation, let me show you how I have arranged the focus group data so that we all be on the same page, the best way of making your data ready for analysis. So as you can see here, this is a focus group transcript. This is for the first focus group transcript, and I have 2 transcripts, right? So this one is just give it the background information about the study and also information about the participants, right? So there are 5 participants, also a brief description about them. And then, so this is where the moderator, which is the researcher, asks questions, and these are participant responses in the group. So see the arrangement. Before you upload the focus group data into MaxQDA, you have to make sure that you have indicated the speakers, especially if you want the system to identify the speakers and what they said. It's very important for you to indicate the speakers. How do you do that? You can bring their assigned name or assigned number, or you bring the label that you have given to participant. As you can see here, I didn't indicate their names. I just brought their role and also an ID, so which is P3 here, and we have P1 here. And so you always have to put a column after participant ID, right? Why do you have to put a column? So that the system will capture that this is the participant you are talking about and this is the information. So arranging the transcript this way will help the system to identify the speakers, especially if you plan to bring demographic information into MaxQDA, right? It's very important to arrange it the way that I've arranged so that the system will be able to capture that. Now, and also you have to remove all identifiable information, their names, and any information that you think or people will cause people to know who you are talking about. So this one is not a perfect transcript because there are some names here. I should have removed that, but this one is not an actual study. This data is just a synthetic data, right? Generated for the purpose of demonstration or the purpose of teaching. So I have my transcript here for the group 1. I have the second one. Let me show you for the group 2. So this is the one for group 2. So as you can see, the same structure, the background, participant, brief information about who your participants were, and also the speakers and the column and what they said. So this is the best way of structuring it, right? When we go to MaxQDA, you will know how important arranging them in this way are, right? It's going to be very helpful for you if you arrange them this way. Now that we have gone through the transcript, we go back. Let's go to MaxQDA. So when you open MaxQDA, this is what you're going to see. The first step is to click on New, and then you'll be asked to give the name of the project. I'll say focus group project and I'll save it on my desktop and click on save. The project is ready, right? You have opened the project. Now you have to upload all your transcripts. So we have two focus group transcripts. So what you have to do is go to import and go to focus group transcript. And then you have to choose the second option because it was not timestamped. If it was timestamped, then you choose the first option. I don't have an indication of any time there for each of the speakers, so I'll choose the second option. And then I look for my two transcripts, right? You can bring one transcript at a time, but the easier way is to bring the two transcripts. So I select the two, click on open, and then this one is for the transcript one. This one is for you to review to make sure that the system has selected all the speakers that you want, right? So let me show you the transcript again so that you understand why the system has a lot of speakers here that you have to review and take some out. If the system see any column, it assumes that that information before the column is a speaker. So that's why even this one, the system I have identified as a speaker. So as you can see here, the system has identified this as a speaker. So when you come here, you can see that we have a speaker here, and then you have to review and then deselect or unselect those who are not speakers, right? So you can deselect it. You can select moderator, but I think that I don't see the need to select the moderator. If you see the need, let me know because I want to focus on participants. So I unselect that, I unselect this, and then I leave these alone though because these are all participants. I unselect these. So make sure that you have all your participants here. So I have make sure that they are all selected and those who are not participant or speakers, they are not selected. Then when you finish, you go to import. Now this is for the second transcript, right? So you have to do the same thing on select the ones that they are not participants or speakers, and then you move ahead. So I'm doing that now. So, and then make sure that you have all the speakers here. It looks like I have all the 5 speakers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I go click on import. So now you can see that I have my 2 transcripts here under document. And when you click on this arrow for the focus group 2, you have all the speakers here. And then if you also click here, you can see all the speakers for the first group, right? So if you want to open the document, just double click on the document and it will show here. So this is the document. And you can see here that you see the groups, right? So it has indicated who said what, right? So you can see here that this is participant P4, and this is what participant P4 said. This is participant P2, right? So you can start the coding process from here, right? So when you finish, you can go to the group 2, double click on it, and then also start the coding process. So you have the 2 documents here. But the good thing is that if you want to see what P6 said, you can double click on that and it can pull this one information for you. So this one is called coded segments, right? It's just showing you that all what participant P6 said. So if you want to see what participant P6 said, you click on these, right? And it will show. And as you click on it, it's also showing here too, right? So that's why it's so good that you clean your transcript such a way that the system will be able to identify the speakers. You can be able to easily identify those speakers. And that's also going to help you with the demographics, right? When you bring the demographics, the system will be able to connect the demographics to their respective speakers, right? So that's what I have for you concerning data cleaning. We're finished with the data cleaning now. So let's go back to the PowerPoint and see what. So we finished data cleaning, right?